So today we're painting avocado trees, and the reason that we're doing this is we are protecting our trees from sunburn. So this is basically sunscreen for your avocado. Now if you look at the stem of your avocado tree, you can see it has this beautiful green stem, and this is a really healthy looking plant. And it's very susceptible to sunburn when it's this age, because you can see it's quite sparsely leafed. It doesn't have a full canopy, and it's not going to have a full canopy of leaf to protect it until it's well established and about 2 or 3 years old. So young trees like this, it is really important to protect them from the hot summer sun. So as the weather is warming up here in the spring, we're going to paint our avocado trees. We're going to give them a coat of sunscreen to protect them from the hot summer sun. The other thing you need to do at this time of the year is if you see any flowers, just pick them out. You don't want a tree this size making fruit. I know it's heartbreaking, but you do need to leave it until it's well established to let it fruit. So just note that as well. So the first thing you need to do is you need to locate the graft on your trunk of your tree. And the reason you need to do this is because anything that shoots below the graft, you need to remove. That's desuckering. So this is the sign, this is the grafted part of your tree. It's the variety which has the good quality fruit you want. And in this case, it's a shepherd avocado. This is a seedling avocado. So anything that shoots from below this point, you need to remove. So when you paint your tree, and I've done one here, you can see it's quite difficult to see the graft union. So it's really important before you start, locate the graft, make a note where it is, and if necessary, you can just put a little bit of different coloured paint on that part of the tree so you know exactly where it is. So this is our sunscreen. This is the paint that we're going to put on our tree, the trunk of our tree, to protect it. And it's just house emulsion. So if you've got some acrylic wall paint, that is perfect. But you're going to dilute it about 1 part paint to 3 parts water. And what you get is a very liquid mix of paint that goes on very easily. It's going to be a bit messy, so just be careful where you get it. Try not to get it all over yourselves. And we're just going to paint the trunk of the tree.
Slip, slop, slap, seek and slide, have fun outside, but don't get fried.
So even once you've painted the stem on your avocado tree, you're still going to need to protect it from the very hot summer weather that we get here in Australia. And this is a great thing to do it with. This is a sock made out of shade cloth, and it's just been sewed together in a double width. So it's basically a tube of double shade cloth, and it's the height of the tree once you plant it in the ground. So you just put 3 star pickets in the ground and put that over your avocado tree, and it's going to protect it during very hot weather. On very hot days when it's going to be 35, 40 or more, make sure you put an additional cover over the top of that just to protect that tree during the very hot part of the day. You can take that cover off in the morning and late in the afternoon once the weather's cooled off, but that's going to protect your tree during summer and get it well established, which is a really important thing to do with avocado trees. Make sure they don't get sunburnt, because it is a very damaging thing and you'll risk losing your graft. Rodney has generously offered to hammer in the star pickets for me to show you how to do this, and it lets the air flow through, but it protects your tree from the sunshine. And then once you've got your shade cloth over, bang in your other star pickets to make a nice tight triangle. So if you've got your avocado planted and you don't have the gear on hand to make your little shade house, you can do a quick, cheap fix just to protect it while you get everything organised. So you just need to cut some nice bushy foliage off an existing tree from your garden. Callistemons are great, melaleucas are great. This is Nandina. It's just going to work as a temporary shade wall, and you're going to pop it in on the western side. So if I can just push these in, it's a little bit hard in our demonstration spot here. So the idea is that you just want to create a shade wall that's going to protect your tree while you actually get your shade house established. So you can then go off and build your little shade cloth house and get your star pickets, and you're ready to protect it on a more permanent basis. So this is just a temporary fix that works quite well just to save it from a hot day in the meantime.